Right now, most of the technology you use demands your attention. You unlock your phone, open an app, type something in, wait for a response, and then move on. It's a constant loop of interaction, very direct, very intentional, and very visible. But what if technology didn't need you to do all that? What if it could fade into the background, quietly understanding what you need, when you need it, without you constantly reaching for a screen? That idea is exactly why big tech is becoming obsessed with something called ambient computing. And this isn't just another buzzword, it's a fundamental shift in how technology is designed, how it behaves, and how it fits into your life. To understand why this matters, you have to look at the problem companies are trying to solve. For years, the tech industry has been competing for your attention. Every app wants you to open it. Every platform wants more screen time, notifications, alerts, endless scrolling. It's all designed to keep you engaged. But there's a downside to that model. People are starting to feel overwhelmed. Too many apps, too many interruptions, too much noise. Instead of making life easier, technology can start to feel like a constant demand. Big tech sees this shift clearly. And instead of just competing for more attention, they're now trying to redesign technology so it requires less of it. That's where ambient computing comes in. At its core, ambient computing is about making technology invisible but always available. Instead of you going to the device comes to you, only when needed, and often without you even asking. Think about how this already shows up in small ways. Your phone suggests replies to messages, your calendar reminds you when to leave for a meeting based on traffic, your smart speaker answers questions without you touching anything. These are early examples, but they're just the beginning. The bigger vision is much more ambitious. Imagine walking into your home, and the lighting adjusts automatically based on the time of day and your preferences. Your favorite music starts playing softly in the background. Your schedule for the day is already organized, and any changes have been handled without you needing to check multiple apps. You didn't open anything. You didn't command anything. The system simply understood the context and acted. That's ambient computing. And to make that work, everything has to be redesigned. First, there's the role of AI. Ambient computing depends heavily on artificial intelligence because the system needs to understand context. It needs to know who you are, where you are, what you're doing, and what you might want next. This goes far beyond simple commands. It's about prediction, personalization, and continuous learning. That's why companies like Google are integrating AI deeply into their ecosystem, using data from search, maps, email, and devices to build a more complete picture of user behavior. Apple is focusing on on-device intelligence to do something similar while emphasizing privacy. Amazon is expanding Alexa into a more proactive assistant that doesn't just respond, but anticipates. All of them are building toward the same goal, a system that feels less like a tool and more like an environment. Second, there's hardware. Ambient computing doesn't rely on a single device. It requires a network of devices working together seamlessly. Your phone, smartwatch, smart home devices, even your car, all of them become part of the same system. This is why big tech is investing heavily in ecosystems. It's no longer enough to make a great phone or a great speaker. The real value comes from how well everything connects. The more devices you have within one ecosystem, the more context the system has, and the better it can operate in the background. And this is also why we're seeing new types of devices emerge. Smart glasses, wearable AI devices, and voice-first gadgets are all attempts to move beyond screen-based interaction. If ambient computing works as intended, you won't always need to look at a screen. Information will be delivered in more subtle, integrated ways. But there's a deeper reason behind this obsession. Ambient computing changes the relationship between users and technology. In the traditional model, you are in control. You decide when to engage, what to open, and what to do. In the ambient model, the system takes on more responsibility. It decides when to act, what information is relevant, and how to present it. That can make life easier, but it also introduces new challenges. Trust becomes critical. If a system is acting on your behalf, you need to trust that it understands you correctly. You need to trust that it's making the right decisions that it's not overstepping, and that it's protecting your data. Privacy becomes even more important because ambient systems rely on constant data collection. The more context they have, the better they perform. But that also means they know more about you than ever before. And then there's the question of control. How much should the system do automatically? When should it ask for input? How do you override it if it gets something wrong? These are not easy problems to solve, and big tech is still figuring them out. But despite the challenges, the direction is clear. Ambient computing isn't about adding more features. It's about removing friction. It's about creating a world where technology blends into your environment so naturally that you barely notice it's there. And from a business perspective, this is incredibly powerful. The company that controls the ambient layer, the system that connects devices, understands context, and delivers information, essentially becomes the gateway to your entire digital life. They don't just provide a product. They provide the experience of how everything works together. That's why the competition is so intense. Apple is building a tightly controlled ecosystem where everything works seamlessly together. Google is leveraging its data and AI capabilities to create a more intelligent, predictive system. Amazon is focusing on making its assistant a central hub for the home. Each company has a different approach, but they're all chasing the same vision. A world where technology is always there, always helpful, and almost invisible. And if they succeed, the way you interact with devices will change completely. You won't think about opening apps, navigating menus, or even using specific devices. You'll simply live your life, and the technology around you will quietly support it. That's the promise of ambient computing. And that's exactly why big tech can't stop chasing it.